This is the box. Ooh, big old hole right in the back of it. That's not good. Not good at all.
Welcome to the Cheap Guitar Channel. Just a poor man playing poor stuff poorly. Thanks for being here, and hopefully you can make an informed decision with your friends here at Cheap Guitar Channel.
Like and subscribe if you want to.
And now, here's me to hopefully help you make an informed decision with the Cheap Guitar Channel.
Alright guys, welcome back into the Cheap Guitar Channel. I'm Cody. Like and subscribe if you want to, but we are going to continue with this series of unboxings from Donner. They sent me another one. I think this is the Q1. So, let's open it up, take a look. Something else I wanted to say or mention before we get into this. Donner has set the bar so high with those DST-200s and then that DMT-66. The DST-200s, I got the first one. The second one was sent to me just by a channel viewer, a friend of the channel, we'll call it. And then the DMT-66 they sent. But Donner has set the bar really high with these budget guitars. So the Q1, if this is what is in this box, the Q1, which this is the box. Ooh, big old hole right in the back of it. That's not good. Not good at all. But you see how it came. Let's see, is there any more holes in it? I don't see any more. But yes, this hole, that doesn't look good at all. Really not good. Okay. Let's see if there's corresponding damage. I mean, at least it's in the guitar bag. See, there's nothing else in the box but the hole. The giant hole. Yeah, see through it. Wow. Another really decent gig bag from Donner on this one. It has a nice strap on it. Thick strap. Really thick strap. It also has the bumper guard on the bottom of it, which is a nice touch. It has the padded backpack straps. Again, a really nice touch. Plastic buckles on them. But the hanging hook, nice. It has the top pocket here. Nothing in it but a great place to keep your strings and your tuners and that sort of thing. See if it comes with a typical Donner case candy. Slightly different opening on this bag. It's just sort of a, I guess you would call it a side pocket opening. Not bad. Let's see. Okay, we have the Donner book, and it looks like that's it. So the Donner electric guitar book, which is nice. It does show you how to set it up and how to put your strings on, how to tune it, all those sort of things a beginner would need to know. So let's take a look at the guitar. Most importantly, let's see if it has any damage to it. Yeah, Donner really stepping up their game with these gig bags. So it would have been Doesn't look like there's damage to it. Nothing on the, nothing so far. Remember, the case candy was rattling around in the DMT-66. Not so much on this one because they just have it rubber banded, which is the Allen wrenches and the tremolo arm. You know how much I love tremolo arms. All right, let's take a look and see what the Donner Q1 looks like. Just imagining if I was a kid at Christmas opening this. Of course, I wouldn't be this gentle with it, kid at Christmas. I'm just gonna tear all this stuff to pieces. I wouldn't expect anything less, man. I know I would have been really, really excited to find a guitar under the tree for Christmas. Still would be. If I got a guitar under the tree at Christmas, I would definitely still be really happy about it. But let's see. Wow. It's a nice presentation. Straight out of the box. Really nice presentation. Of course, it has the Donner neck plate on the back. As you can see. Nice paint job. That's what it looks like on the front. And the headstock. Okay. The knobs feel nice. Not too loose, not too tight. Five-way switch feels about what you would expect. The saddles aren't the bent type traditional saddles. They are the block type, which I much prefer, especially if the action's good. But, of course, it has the Donner, action ruler that comes with all the Donner guitars, I'm guessing. This is guitar number 4, and all 4 of them have had it, so it's a nice touch, especially for beginners just starting out. Let you know just how high your action is. Has the chord chart summary on the back as well. Again, another nice touch for a beginner guitarist. Vintage tuners. As you can see, vintage tuners. Made in China, of course. China. No skunk stripe on the back of the neck, similar to the DMT. Matter of fact, the neck feels somewhat similar to the DMT. But we will see. We will see how it racks up. I like that sunburst, though. That is a beautiful, beautiful sunburst. So I had to go grab a bite to eat and come back to our unboxing here. But, yeah, man, I really like the finish on this, and I like the bridge. The other one had the classic, like the bent bridge pieces. I like these. I like the block style. So let's continue with the unboxing. Hear the plastic rattling on the pickup there. If I was a kid at Christmas, I was just thinking I'd be going, ah! Come get this plastic off my guitar. Grab the old Peterson strobe tuner here. Now, understanding these normally have terrible strings on them. When they don't, I have more terrible strings I can put on them. Oh, sorry. Been one of those kind of days. Y'all ever have one of those days? I have to tell you, right off the bat, these tuning machines feel a lot better than the ones that were on the DST 200. They feel more similar to the ones that were on the 66, and they have a nice. These tuners feel really, really nice. Yeah, we'll stretch them out real good. There's no way. Okay, that's crazy. The intonation is not far off at all. The action is definitely going to have to come down. Looking using their string ruler, it's nice and low. Let's see. By the first fret, it's at one, or the fifth fret, it's at 1 1/4. The 12th fret, it's at 1 3/4. And it looks closer to 2 at the bottom. Like 1 1/2 on the high E. About 1. Yeah, 1 1 1/4 on the 12th fret, high E. And yeah, it's pretty darn tootin' low down here. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's pretty low. That's it's like half the fifth fret. So yeah, the action could come down a little bit. It looks like there's a little relief in the neck. Doesn't look bad. Having not plugged it in yet, I have to say, just straight out of the box, I would have been real happy with this as a kid, man. I cannot believe they're turning out guitars this decent straight out of the box, man. I haven't put the tremolo in it, the whammy bar. I almost hate to, just because I don't use it and I wouldn't recommend a beginner to use it. But man, it says Donner Seeker Designer Series on the headstock. And these are the tuners. Well, let me get the strobe tuner off there. That's what the tuners look like. They're like the vintage tuners, but the keys themselves are much more hefty and smooth. I mean, they feel really, really smooth. Like they were, like they've already had oil put in them, which is what I do to the other. Well, pretty much all the tuners, whether the guitar costs $20 or $100 or $500. It doesn't matter. I pretty much oil the tuners, but so far in my book, these are the star of the show, right up to right now. Anyway, you can tell this isn't you can tell this isn't a $300 guitar. The neck feels good. It definitely feels very similar to the neck that's on the DMT 66. I'm not sure if it's the same neck or not, but it sure feels like it. These frets are in remarkable condition too. But again, they're not, I mean, they're not going to slice your hand open. And it's just crazy to me what they're doing with guitars now at these price points. I'm not even sure what these are going for right now, but if they're anywhere near $100, if this showed up and if I paid $125 for this, I would be happy, like really happy. Especially if I was a kid at Christmas and this was under the tree. Man, yeah, this is far better than anything I started on. And I think this is like their cheapest one, like the beginner model. This is it. If this is the worst thing that Donner is putting out there as far as guitars go, and they must be paying them little dudes lots of overtime or something. And I get it. CNC machining has come a long way, and they can make, pretty consistently nice guitars. Consistently. Even the back of the neck on this feels good. I mean, it's like barely fairly sheen, I guess you could say. It's definitely not glossy. And it's not heavy. I mean, it's got a little weight to it. It's not like plastic. It's it's a solid guitar. this is this is just crazy to me. Yeah, it's got one or two frets that definitely use some attention. Neck joint looks nice. Something else I'm just kind of blown away by is that I've got far, far, far more expensive guitars that showed up without big holes punched in the box that had way more flaws in them, especially in the paint, than what I'm seeing in this budget Donner. Um, nice cutaways. it's it's crazy. I mean, I'm gonna open it up and take a look. I'm quite sure it's a dime size pots. Again, it's not doesn't feel like a switchcraft switch, but I guess if you're a real player, if you're Stevie Ray, man, and you're whacking that thing a lot, I'm sure you'd want to, put a better switch in there. But from what I'm seeing, just as a beginner, from a beginner's player standpoint, I'm not sure if you're going to do a whole lot better on a budget than this. The nut is definitely not cut fantastically. I've cut nuts far, far worse, but yeah, see if you take a look at that. Wow, until I plug it in, I'm not sure what else to say about it. I don't know. I'm going to set it up and then we'll plug it in and see what I have to say about it. We're on the bench now, so I thought I would go over some of the specs on the Donner Q1. It is a Laurelwood fingerboard, and we are going to have to condition it because it's dry. Obviously, it's been sitting in a warehouse for a little while. It does have nickel silver. They call them medium jumbo frets. Yeah, I'll agree with that. 22 fret guitar, obviously. It's the vintage 6-point tremolo, and if this thing is anything like the DMT-66, we're probably not going to be disappointed with it. The nut, yeah, the nut could be cut a little better. It's just a typical plastic nut. A satin finish, which this is a gloss finish, but the neck is definitely a satin finish. And it is gorgeous. This neck is, again, Donner comes through and doesn't disappoint again with a beautiful neck. They're saying ceramic pickups. One side says Alnico, the other just says ceramic. So we'll go with ceramic. Basswood body. It feels like it. It does have some heft to it. It's not light. It doesn't feel plastic. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels like a real guitar. Canadian maple neck. And again, this neck feels fantastic. 25.5-inch scale length, so it'll feel familiar to you. 12-inch radius. It's a nice radius for anyone, really. 18-to-1 tuning ratios. Man, these tuners, so far, they're the star of the show for me right now. Let's see. And humbucker single pickup configuration. Again, my biggest issue with Strats, and this still holds true even demoing this one, because of where the volume knob is, I turn them off while I play them. So anyway, we're going to set this guy up, condition the neck, check out the frets, but man, the frets look really good on this thing. Really good. So you see, we're putting the straight edge on it. And it just needs just a dang slight bit of relief on the neck. Not much at all. Here's my Fritz ruler and the string action on the E, the low E. It starts low and it gets high by the 22nd fret. On the high E, it really never gets high. It starts really, really low and by the 12th fret. We'll call it high, but just barely. So I put the fret rocker on it and found two high frets, or two places with high frets. Right here on the 11th and 12th. But that was it. As far as high frets go. So on the 11th and 12th, and right here across the middle, about that much of it. And I think it's just from the neck being dry, I think I can hammer those back in. I don't think they're even going to need filing because honestly, they're not that bad.
Never one to lose my turn when they pull the bottle down. I hear the crack of the cap and I know I'm gonna drown. All I want is one good shot to get me through the day. A little help to calm me down, make it all start to fade. And now this day is done, and so am I. I can see the damage.
Couple of knocks on it.
And I think I'll die. Nothing much to figure out.
And that's all it took. I'm going to say we're within spec.
Just the fact, another night spent with my best friend. I'll be in Jack Black. Me and Jack Black.
Alright, this is just about, well, you can see, it's just about perfect as far as intonation goes. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's real close. So, I'm going to lower the action on it a little bit and then see where we are at. Okay, so we got the action lowered, the intonation set, we got the high frets pushed back in, and now that we're set up, we're going to plug it back in and see how it sounds. I don't know how Donner continues to do it, but this is the Donner Q1. I've got it all set up now. The fretboard is conditioned. There were two higher frets here on the 11th and 12th. I just simply hammered them back down and they were fine. The fretboard could use some more oil, but the first oiling and the first setup, I don't know how Donner does it, but this is the Q1. I don't know how they do it, but here they are, Donner, continuing to do it with the Donner Q1 Seeker Designer Series. There you have it. The Donner Q1 Seeker Designer Series. Man, those tuning keys are pretty impressive. This guitar overall is impressive. Man, for $150, $200 for the whole package with the gig bag, the tremolo arm, everything else. I don't know how they do it. I'm glad they're doing it though. Alright, until the next time, I'm Cody for the Cheap Guitar Channel. Remember, the world's in a really crazy place. You never know what people are going through, what kind of challenges they might be facing. So please be kind to everyone you see. The world could use a lot more love. Until the next time, make good decisions. See ya. Be cool. Bye.
Thanks again for hanging out with us on the Cheap Guitar Channel.
Like and subscribe if you want.
And be sure to join us next time for a poor man playing poor stuff poorly. For all of me here at Cheap Guitar Channel, have a good one, and I'll talk to you next time.